Alright, in this composite solid problem, we are going to find the surface area of what is a cube, and on top of the cube is a pyramid. So to find the total surface area of this composite solid, we're going to first find the surface area of the cube, and you can think of the cube just as a prism, and then we will add that to the surface area of a pyramid. But it's important to remember that surface area, you want to think of it as if you were to spray paint the shape, like a composite solid, where would the spray paint touch? So we're going to have to alter a couple of the formulas. But anyways, we're going to start with the formula for a prism, which is SA equals 2B plus P times H. Capital B stands for the area of the base, and capital P stands for perimeter. H stands for height. We're also going to use the surface area formula for a pyramid, and that is capital B plus 1/2 times capital P times L, and L stands for the slant height, which we will calculate later on in the problem. So to begin, we are going to first find the surface area of the cube, but again, think of the composite solid. If it were spray painted, where would the spray paint touch? So when we look at the surface area formula, which is 2B plus P times H, we really do not need to include the 2 because spray paint would not touch the top of the cube. We are only considering one base. So to find the area of the base, we would multiply 5 times 5. To find perimeter, we would multiply 4 times 5, and then the height is 5 inches. So when we plug all this in, we begin to evaluate. 5 times 5 is 25. 4 times 5 for perimeter is 20, and then bring down the 5 for height, and again, we're going to continue to evaluate this formula. So 25 plus, when you multiply 20 times 5, you get 100, so you add up 25 plus 100 to get a total of 125 inches squared, and that is the surface area of the cube portion of the composite solid. Next up, we're going to look at the pyramid portion of the composite solid, and we're going to use our formula. Surface area equals capital B plus 1/2 times P times L, but again, consider where spray paint will touch. We do not have to include the base of the pyramid in this case, so we're going to cross that out of our formula, and we're only going to use 1/2 times perimeter times slant height. So to find the perimeter of the base of the pyramid, we would multiply 4 times 5, and then we need to calculate our slant height, and slant height is along the side of the pyramid. So we're going to use Pythagorean theorem to figure out what that distance would be. And in order to do that, we would take 3, the height of the pyramid, and square it. Then we would add that to 2.5, which we found from dividing 5 in half, and square that. And when we add those up, we'll get our slant height squared. So 9 plus 6.25 equals slant height squared. When you add those up, you get 15.25 equals your slant height squared. In order to undo your square, to find just slant height, you'd square root both sides, and slant height is equal to 3.9. So we're going to take 3.9, we're going to plug it in for cursive L in our formula, and then we're going to evaluate. 1/2 times 4 times 5 is 20 times 3.9 to get a total of 39 inches squared, and that is the surface area of the pyramid portion of this composite solid. So to find the total surface area of the composite solid, taking into account the parts that spray paint would not touch if the whole shape were to be spray painted, we would add up that of the cube, which is 125, plus the surface area of the pyramid, which is 39, to get a grand total of 164 inches squared, and that is the surface area of this composite solid.